Hi viewers, welcome to Ashya Vlogs and Crafts. This is Chitu. Let's go into the story of Tukaram. Saint Tukaram. India is a land of saints. They are born and when required to keep dharma or moral order intact and to tell people about its needs and importance. This is also called as avatara. Thus hundreds of saints have been born in India right from the time of Vedic period and is being continued even now. Lord Krishna has assured us that he is born and reborn in various forms as and when there is chaos in society. This is reflected in the concept enunciated in the destroying the wicked and protecting the good. Saint Tukaram was born in Dehu village, Maharashtra in the year 1608 AD. He belonged to a family, the main aim of which was to follow Dharma, protect it and spread its message among the people for the health of the society. Naturally, Lord Vittala of Pandaripura was the main force to bring the people of the mainstream of useful religious life. The parents of Tukaram followed this principle as a goal of their life. They were rich enough to spread the message of Dharma by many means, including donating money, building temples, and give donation for the poor and needy. Thus, this family had endeared itself to the society of the people. The father of Tukaram had a small business establishment and made good profits in spite of being highly spiritual. He took minimum profit on his sales and was not greedy. He worshipped his family deity Vitala with great devotion. He had a rosary and counted it until while uttering the 1,000 names Sahasranama of the Lord and also read Bhagavad Gita, which has guided lakhs of people including Mahatma Gandhi, Tilak and others of our own times. After doing business in the daytime, he concentrated on bhajans, chanting the holy verses in the name of gods and goddesses, and invited his neighbors for this. They also joined in this religious bhajans and thus Tukaram became a religious leader in the town. Death of his wife and son. Tukaram married and led a family life. In the meantime, his parents died. Added to it, there was a great famine in Maharashtra and it became very difficult to run his family. His business also declined and hence he was forced to sell his property including cattle. The famine was so severe that his wife Rukmabai and a son died out of starvation. Tukaram was forced to close down his business. His father-in-law gave him a small loan, but it did not help him to improve his business. Tukaram was greatly influenced by these incidents and was slowly turning towards spirituality. He began reading holy books and meditated on God. He began singing the holy verses in favor of gods and goddesses, and this attracted hundreds of like-minded persons. He became famous and people began to worship him as a saint. The religious teachers of high caste of Tukaram's time became jealous of him as their income dwindled, so they hatched a plan to punish him. One day, a cow owned by Tukaram entered into the field of Mambaji and caused a loss of damage. Taking advantage of this, Mambaji manhandled Tukaram and his cow. Without understanding the secrecy behind this, people began to suspect Tukaram. In the meantime, Tukaram had written poems explaining the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. A learned Brahmana by the name Rameshwara issued an order asking Tukaram not to write anything and further ordered that whatever he had written so far should be thrown into a nearby well. With sadness, Tukaram obeyed and fasted for 12 days on the banks of the river Indrayani. On the 13th day, the river goddess returned the bundle of his poems. Thus, Tukaram survived by the grace of the god. Tukaram's second wife, Jijabai, was not happy with the way Tukaram was behaving and did not cooperate with her husband. However, Tukaram continued his good deeds. Saint Ramadas and King Shivaji were Tukaram's contemporaries, and former two seem to have met Tukaram and received guidance from him in their works. Once Shivaji sent some rich presents to Tukaram, but the latter returned saying that he does not need the money which cannot guarantee the spiritual pleasure. Tukaram did not write devotional poems after hard study, but the poems poured out of his heart spontaneously. These poems, famous as Abhangas, Unbreakable, have become popular in Maharashtra. They are sung in most homes and temples. Thus, the prayers of Tukaram have become quite popular in schools and colleges. Once a devotee of Tukaram felt that he neglected his wife because of the teachings of Tukaram, and he poured hot water on Tukaram's body. But by the grace of God, nothing happened to Tukaram. Thus, he continued to do his noble work whether people liked or not. Due to old age and hard work, Tukaram passed away in 1660 AD. People believe that his body was carried away by Garuda in a palanquin. His spiritual career was a guide to the common people for all times to come. He said that his body is not important, his inner self is most important. Thus, he confirmed the statement that saints lead a richer inner life, whereas others are worried over the outer riches, which is not at all permanent. He also said that a saint has to undergo pain so that he can understand the pain of people by himself and guide them. Most of the ancient saints have undergone this ordeal from time immemorial. They are only means to achieve the goal. A person can attain without going to a temple, provided he is really spiritually devoted to God and do good things to human beings around him. The end. Like பண்ணுங்க, share பண்ணுங்க, subscribe பண்ணுங்க. Thank you friends. Bye bye.